certainly there's aspects of celebrity that I understand. I don't think it's the main point of the story, but it is one of the byproducts. And I mean, I certainly understand being hunted to some degree and having a bounty on my head, but fortunately no one's pointing guns at me, so. But there's also, you know, the Jesse James character is certainly caught in his own celebrity. He's certainly weary of living an alias and has really lost himself in his perpetuation of this outlaw life. And there's another interesting aspect, I think, of celebrity here, and that's with Casey's character, Robert Ford, in the sense that's applicable to today, in the sense that this want for fame, with this blind want for fame, and without any real understanding of consequence, what you're really asking for, but the idea that through fame you receive some kind of personal validity. So I think those are not the main themes, but certainly themes that are at play. No, we had a pretty good blueprint in the script that Andrew wrote, and from our other discussions, I guess it was more about just keeping the reins on this mercurial aspect that worked as a reflex to knowing that there was an inevitable end, or believing there was an inevitable end for him. But for myself, I'm from the same area that the film takes place, and I had the luxury of working with Andrew on the script for a good year before we even started. So you know, I was already intimate with the story and felt quite prepared walking into it. For me, the choice or decision to take on a film is certainly not calculated as far as doing something successful and something that may have a smaller audience. It's all a crapshoot to me, and I really don't bet on the horses. I just go with the story that speaks to me, that I feel strongly about, which was this, and more importantly, the people that's surrounding it, I'm surrounded by. And that was certainly Andrew and Casey and the rest of the cast. And as far as this having a bigger audience, you know, I don't even think that way. I mean, I come from the belief that all good films find their time. There's time and place, whether it's opening weekend or it's sometime later. And it's certainly been true with some of my favorite films that might relate to this film in cadence, which is Pat Garrett and Billy the Kid, or McCabe and Mrs. Miller, or Days of Heaven. I found 10 to 20 years maybe after they were made. So, you know, this is my main concern is quality, and I think there's quality in all categories of filmmaking, and that's it for me. That's I keep it very simple.
Okay.
I got into it to be a part of stories I wouldn't necessarily be right as an actor. I got into it because of seeing how films can go off the rail, and thinking that I had something to offer there. Our simple edict has just been great storytellers and great stories, and that's been our focus, and it's proven to be rewarding for us. And as far as the future is concerned, yeah, we have several things on the table, but again, you know, when we first saw Chopper, we were all pretty much blown away with it. It was, I thought it was a very important film, and a very authentic, original storytelling type of film.
Why Plan B as a title?
Plan B was, I mean, it was really lack of a better term. I'm not crazy about it myself. I had another partner at that time whose name was Brad as well, and for lack of, it was an uninspired, uncreative day.
Ok, voilà. Donc, pourquoi j'ai créé cette boîte de production, c'est parce qu'en fait j'ai vu pas mal d'histoires, donc je ne pouvais pas vraiment travailler dedans en tant qu'acteur, donc je me suis dit, écoute, pourquoi pas, je pourrais les faire en tant que producteur. Deuxièmement, parce que j'ai vu pas mal de films qui finissaient mal, en fait ça n'a pas vraiment fini comme j'aurais souhaité, donc je me suis dit, là aussi je pourrais peut-être avoir mon mot à dire. Et puis, depuis, notre devise est devenue des bonnes histoires racontées par des gens du talent. Et puis bien sûr pour l'avenir, on a pas mal de choses sur lesquelles on travaille. Je me rappelle quand on a vu Chopper, qui était le premier film d'Andrew, on disait ça c'était un bon film, très authentique, très original. On voulait continuer dans cette lignée-là. Et quant au titre Plan B, il dit bon moi non plus je trouve pas ça terrible. En fait à l'époque j'avais un autre partenaire qui s'appelait également Brad, donc c'était une journée où on n'était pas très inspirés, je l'avoue.
Funny enough, I get more done now because there's no excuses. I know the family comes first, and I know I only got this window of time to get the work done, and I actually get more done because of it. That's all I got for you.
Okay. Donc la question était, Brad, déjà vous êtes producteur, vous êtes acteur, et puis maintenant vous avez une famille. Est-ce que vous arrivez à trouver le temps de tout faire? Est-ce que c'est pas trop difficile maintenant que vous avez votre famille? Et il dit en fin de compte, j'arrive à faire plus en ce moment parce qu'il n'y a pas d'excuse. La famille est d'abord, et puis après j'ai une toute petite fenêtre de temps où je peux faire des choses, et donc du coup je travaille plus, je suis plus efficace.